In this example, I'm going to show you a simple proof of concept for creating some kinetic type, some animation. I don't mean by just moving the letters around, I mean by moving the anchor points around. We will create a letter, as I've done here in Illustrator, and import it into After Effects, and After Effects will animate the anchor points. Now, I've created a 1024 by 1024 pixel size artboard in Illustrator and saved it. Here is just the letter A. I've named the layer A, so I know what I'm looking at. And I will choose a font. Let's try something like Blackpack. But if you're looking for fonts, I would recommend something font-based. This is very, very useful. And what it allows me to do, I can add providers, and I'm only using Google. I'm not buying fonts. And Google has over 8,000 fonts. And all I need to do, I can scroll down, have a look and say, what do I like? I want to look at this one, and I can click on it and I can look at the waterfall to see the format. Say, what, I've got some letters here which I quite like. I can look at the glyphs or whatever it is. And if I like it, I can just activate it. Boom. Activated one font, Caesar dressing. And if I go back to Illustrator, I can then come back here, click on the drop down and go looking for Caesar. Where is it? There you go, Caesar dressing. But let's leave it at this one. This is Blackpack. Fine. Now, what I will probably need to do is I need to convert this to outlines. But let's leave it without for the moment. And let's import it. So I've created a new project in After Effects, double click. Here's my one letter AI, import as composition, retain layer sizes, because I want it 1024 by 1024. I do open, fine, double click, here it is. And I also like to bring in a new solid. So I was right mouse click below the layers, new solid. I usually use a pastel color, but you can choose whatever you like. Put it below because I don't like black. It's too harsh. Do a quick save. Now, it's come in fine, but because I want the anchor point, I need to convert this. So I'll right mouse click on the layer called A, and I'll go down to create and create shapes from vector layer, and it doesn't like it. So what I generally have to do is I will convert the text layer to vectors. Now, what I'm going to do first is do a new layer, and I'll call this A2, and I will copy this layer, click on this one, paste, and position it. Lock the other one, just hide it, we don't need it. Save it. Click on this one and either type create outlines, or you can right mouse click. So now it's no longer a font. Go back to my Illustrator file and delete, double click again, select, import as composition, retain layer sizes, open. So I should now have two layers. There we go. Open it up. There we go. See, it's hidden, the original one. I've still got my solid, so let's bring that in. Save it. And I don't need the A layer, but I'll leave it there for the moment. But A2 should be the converted one to vectors. Right mouse click, create shapes from vector layer. Boom. What's happened now is After Effects has duplicated the layer, hidden the original layer, and given me an outline layer. And if I expand this and go to contents, I'll get group one and I get paths. And these are what I want to play around. And because this is the letter A, which has a cutout, we have path one, the cutout, and the outside. So how does this work? Well, I've got this as 10 seconds. It doesn't matter. You need something a little bit shorter, maybe 5 seconds or whatever, but I'll leave it at 10. And it works very straightforward. So I'm on 0000. So my now line is all the way at the beginning. I can double click and I can click, as you can see, I can select everything. So all I need to do is I'm going to do the outside path. So that's path 2. There it is. And let's keyframe it. In fact, let's now move along to somewhere here and double click, and let's highlight. Oh, let's lock that one so I don't. There you go. So double click. Let's highlight these. Oh no, double click again. There we go. It's a bit tricky sometimes with After Effects, so I'm just clicking and shift clicking. And let's move this. I'm holding the shift key to keep it the same size. And there we go. We've got that keyframed. So if I drag that back and play, and boom. And then I'll go along and let's say I want to keyframe these. So I'll select them. This is the same path. See, click on the diamond here. Don't click on the stopwatch. That will get rid of the anchor points. We've already got the keyframes rather. So click on the white diamond here and then move along and select. Again, it's a bit tricky with After Effects. There we go. So click and drag over, then shift click, and then click and drag, hold the shift key. Now, be careful. You can see it's going to cause me a problem. So let's undo that and let's hold shift and click on this one as well. Click and drag, hold the shift key. Not too far because this one is going to collapse into this. So let's be careful. And let's see what we get. In, and save. And I can always copy and paste these and play around with them. So we're here, we can select all of these, copy, move along, paste, and then right mouse click on a keyframe assistant and time reverse. And let's see what we get. In left, in right, and bingo. And I can use this to give sort of emotion to my character, well, to the letter, as it were, or the word or the phrase in different shapes and forms. And at the moment, this is all a very plain movement. It's a constant velocity. So let's select these. If I go to the graph editor here, you can see all my anchor points, and let's convert them. Let's have a look. Let's do an auto Bezier. Let's see what we get. And let's click on the handle. There you go. Have to be a little bit careful. There we go. We can move them around, play around with them. The curve, of course, is the speed, the slope of the curve. So if I go here now and press spacebar, look at the slope, and then we have a bump going down. So slow movement, stop, and then fast. So if it's a bit difficult to see. See, it's a bit slower, and see how, how it all jumps. So I can click on any of these, and I've got the anchor points already there. I can play around with them to produce whatever I want. I can go up or down. Let's see what we get. And so I get a different sort of velocity and structure, which works out quite nicely. Let's change that. Let's see if it will make a, there we go. So I've changed that to the easy ease, which gives me an ease in and ease out. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, so we've got a slower result, but I can play around with these to produce all sorts of effects, and I can click on that to take it off. And you can see the keyframes have changed to indicate what's going on. But this is how you can do kinetic type. It works quite well and it's quite fun.